in this peace plan. And it's kind of funny. If you flip over your message notes, I'm looking at this. Do you guys remember John F. Kennedy when he stood before the world and he said, "We choose to go to the moon, not because it's easy, but because it's what? It's hard." Exactly. And so they created 3 phases for this endeavor to go to the moon. The Mercury phase, which is when they sent somebody to space and see if they can return. Then the Gemini phase, which is sending people to space and seeing if they can do everything it takes to go to the moon. And then the Apollo phase, which is actually going to the moon and coming back. Well, we accomplished that goal. And with the peace plan, Pastor Rick did the same exact thing. He called it the Mercury, the Gemini, and the Apollo. Peace 1.0, Peace 2.0, and Peace 3.0. Peace 1.0, what he did is he wanted to see if he could send small groups over across the world and back. And it was a 4-year span that he did this. And what ended up happening is there were some mistakes that they made. And they sent 4,000 members across the world. But they learned from those mistakes. And they knew that there'd be a Peace 2.0, which is this. If you look at Matthew 28, it says, "Go and make disciples of all nations." So Pastor Rick, being as audacious as he is, he wanted to send a small group to every single nation in the world. Do you know how many nations there are? Can anybody take a guess? It's 196. 196 nations. Do you know how many are in the UN? 194. There's only 2 that aren't in, Kosovo and Taiwan. Those are the only 2 nations that are in. Does that mean we're not going to go to those 2 nations? We're going to go to those 2 nations, and we did. And we did. As a matter of fact, on November 18, 2010, the last small group hit the 196th nation in a little island called St. Kitts that has a population of about 35,000 people. Saddleback did it. They accomplished the goal. Every single nation had somebody representing the church to go out and to spread the peace plan. So let's hear it for Saddleback. No other church in history has ever done that. No other church in history has ever done that. And they're partnering with other churches, and they're modeling how to do that with other churches because, friends, this is what God wants. He doesn't want us to forget the other parts of the world.